everyone, it's Libby from Maighstir Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's W-O-R-I-M-I, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Entertainment only, entertainment only. Welcome, 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 welcome. And yes, a new piece of artwork. You guys probably haven't seen this one before. It was gifted to me, oh gosh, 35 perhaps years ago, 30 years ago, from a friend who worked for a significant period of time in China. And it's actually a painting on fabric that I had framed up. So beautiful artwork. And it usually sits in quite a prominent position in my hallway when I get my hallway sorted out. Okay, where do I want to go today? Well, oh, okay, I've been down to the crystal shop, bought myself a couple of new bracelets, amethyst and moon obsidian, gold moon obsidian actually, so really beautiful, and bought myself a couple of pieces of tourmaline. They didn't have them in the bracelet form, but we've got the scroll, perhaps I think it's called tourmaline, with a little pyramid at the top there, and I believe this one is probably a lidocotite and quartz. It's got the beautiful lidocotite and quartz tourmaline as well. So getting a few protections sorted out in this day and age. I've also got this a necklace that was my mother's, all different gemstones that I'm actually going to take apart and put the small ones together as a bracelet and the large ones together as a separate bracelet as well. Okay, where on earth do I go? Well, I just want to say no kings, yes. Starting, I believe, well, it's tomorrow my time, but possibly the day after. Yeah, it's a bit frosty here today. And I just want to just very briefly mention that Australia, well, there are reports that we're having an energy crisis, a fuel crisis at the moment. Very much shades of toilet paper in 2021, the great toilet paper crisis of 2021. So what's happening is petrol stations are limiting how much you can purchase in a single transaction. It's not that we're running out, it's that people are hoarding, which are making a big difference. But in the same vein, we don't quite know what tomorrow's going to bring because it's Friday today, which means overnight on Friday, anything is possible, especially with the No Kings tomorrow. And last No Kings March, laughing and singing and dancing in the streets, somebody decided to knock over the east wing of the White House. So just putting it out there. Do not be surprised at anything that comes forward. Now, apparently there was an announcement this morning, aside from waffling on about how wonderful this $5 Sharpie pen is, in the cabinet meeting. Oh, please, can someone please put him down? Claiming that extends the pause on the attacks on the energy plants by 10 days as talks are ongoing. But Tehran has said, huh? What talks? So I'm just going to have a little bit of a look here. Now, what's happened is that Kush and Koff, you know who I'm talking about, were the initial negotiators. Now, when you send two con men, real estate agents or real estate and con men to negotiate international diplomacy, of course it's never ever going to go well. So apparently word has come out that Tehran wants Shady to be the negotiator. Don't know that Shady Vance is very keen on doing that. So I want to have a quick look. Oh, God, the felon, the orange idiot. He came out and said, also claimed, I believe, I haven't confirmed this, that Iran wanted him as the supreme leader, but he declined. Oh, it's just exhausting. So thank goodness it's Friday, which means there won't be videos for the next 2 days. But I'm going to have a look. I'm just going to use my boring old Gilded Tarot Royale to have a look. So What does Shady think about being asked to be the head negotiator? What does Shady think? Oh, I don't think he's very happy about it as I split the deck and the Five of Wands there. Now, if you, yeah, and there's the Sun. Absolutely, no, he doesn't. He doesn't want to be involved at all. Not my monkeys, not my circus is the feel I get from him. He just is trying to disassociate himself from the current regime. Um, Touched by Tarot and Beyond, Fefe and Rosie's insights too, both fabulous readings in the last couple of days. Go and check them out. Yesterday, I think it was, about Rosie had with the Orange Twerp selling war plans to probably the Ruskies that then forwarded them on to their mates down in Tehran, which is pretty much treasonous. And my cards have been saying, for those that have been following me for a long time, because she was looking at what's coming out in regards to Jack Smith's investigation in the stolen documents. Yeah, my guides have been saying for probably 18 months, at least 12 months, if not 18 months, or longer, when the documents were taken in the first place. My guides have been saying treason for as long as I can remember, and Rosie backed that up yesterday. And Fefe, I think, was talking about boots on the ground. Okay, but I'll do that as a separate reading. I want to have a quick look, first of all, about what does Shady Vance, been trying to find a recent picture of EKK Kirk, to see whether she's got some duffy uppies. But let's have a look, because I'll tell you what, Usha don't look like she's preggers. But anyhow, let's have a look. Shady. Shady. Erica's been in the news recently for shutting down a free speech event that was supposed to be happening on one of the universities. But let's have a look. Let's have a look, Shady. What does Shady think about being called out by Iran to be the negotiator? Come on down, let's have a look. Sorry it's taken so long. Right, this one's fallen out and that one wanted to be on the top. So let us get started. Oh, 10 of Wands. The chaos, the jumbled chaos that is what is happening in the Middle East. I'm going to have a look at MBS again shortly, because I was reading an article. I'll do that again as a separate reading, but I was reading an article about how well the Saudis will come out of the current situation, assuming the US can hold the line. But 10 of Wands is the signifier for how does Shady feel? Yeah, I don't think he wants it. For him, it's just a chaotic messaging burden that he just really doesn't want. Challenged by the Four of Wands, which is, if I go back to my Smith-Waite deck, is very much about an announcement coming out from the White House, but also finding himself trapped by messaging that comes out. So do not be surprised if, oh, gee, okay. I just heard Miller, because we know the Orange Twerp isn't calling the shots there. He just repeats what's put in front of him. Miller wants Shady involved. Miller's not on Team Shady. Just trust me on that one. Miller wants Shady involved as a way to get rid of him. Isn't that interesting, is what I've just heard. Let's see where this goes. The death card. The death knell. The energy that Shady's sitting in. Yeah, he knows if he gets involved in this, it's the ending of any possibility of him stepping up into the top role. He don't want it. He does not want it. In the Tower moment in the past for him. He does not want to do this. I think it's already been set behind the scenes. Something's gone behind the scenes, and he knows that it's, for him, it's just total collapse and the end of his position as potential stepping up into the top role. He doesn't want it. And then we've got another major arcana, the Justice card. Now, you saw me the whole time I was talking, I was shuffling. But we've got three major arcana here, three ending cards pretty much. Ten of Wands, Death, and the Tower. This is very much about actions having consequences, weighing things in the balance, bringing forth a sort of truth potentially, but this is very much the energy over him at the moment is his future will be weighed in the balance about how he does with this. Immediate future, the Eight of Pentacles. At the drawing board, a lot of hard work, not quite sure where to put the puzzle pieces. I mean, he wouldn't have a clue how to conduct international relations, international diplomacy. It'd be even worse than, because he has no negotiation ability at all. He'd be even worse than the Kush and the Koff. And they're con men, real estate developers. But at least they have a little bit of skill. But yeah, Shady, totally out of his depth here. Okay. Externally, we've got the Strength card, taming the beast, but also trying to bring the orange idiot to heel, showing strength. I don't think he's going to be given a choice here. Internally, for him, the Seven of Pentacles. So we've got the Seven, the Eight, and the Seven. The Seven of Pentacles is very much about an inability to harvest, an inability to bring to fruition any of the options available. And then the Seven of Cups, so two sevens. Oh gosh, talk about angel numbers. 1111 everywhere lately, which is new beginnings. I'm really interested to see what those new beginnings are going to be like. I was actually supposed to go and see my own soothsayer today, but she's not feeling well, so hopefully she's recovers quickly and looks after herself, which I'm sure she will. But Seven of Cups. Smoke, mirrors, illusion, delusion, poor choices, an array of choices. None of them are particularly good, an inability to harvest here. The outcome, the Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Hermit. Look at this across here, the four major arcana. Shining a light on the snake in the path, finding himself isolated, the wheel turning. And if this does not look like a certain Miller, I have no idea. I have other ideas who the Emperor can be, but by crikey, he doesn't half look like Miller. Yeah, I think this is Miller getting Shady out of the picture. You've got the false knight with what seems like a good offer there, and the Ace of Wands, a new plan, and a new plan for government. The Eight of Cups, forcing him to walk away from this nightmare situation of waiting for his ship to come in with that Three of Wands, and fiery information being brought forward. And you've got this deceitful abuse, betrayal of etc. And then, yeah, the betrayal card. Absolutely the betrayal card. I think this is, I'm going to say, this suggestion, entertainment only, I would put money on it coming from the Miller camp. Who's Miller aligned with? Is he aligned with Rubio? To have Shady, to get Shady out of the picture. Okay. You know, he's one of these damned if he does and damned if he doesn't, because if he goes over there and fails, which he will, because Iran couldn't really give a flying toss about negotiations with the US. Um, and if he chooses not to, then he fails that as well. So he fails for, being cowardice. Now, Shady is backed by Teal. Interestingly enough, executive order came out today. Of course it did. Ruling by royal decree is what my guide said even before the election, saying that if he got into the seat, it would be ruling by royal decree, appointing Zuck, Ellison, and some other dude. Can't remember his name. And I'm going to say 3 mediocre tech bros, mediocre AI. I know they're supposedly successful, but they're not really, if you get what I mean. It's almost like an accidental success. And Ellison, talk about backside out of his pants with the debt that he owes to the Saudis. To be on the shock, horror, no conflict of interest there, AI advisory board. Just unbelievable. Okay, so unbelievable. However, none of this will matter going forward. Okay, yeah, there's that. It's what have we got? Big new opportunity but it's this fading misogynistic energy, and then something new being presented which will expose all the snakes in the path with that hermit. Yes, it's going to be irrelevant in the long term, but oh man, it's so exhausting. Oh, by the way, yes, Bongino quit the FBI months and months ago. So why was I picking up Bongino? Maybe he'll get offered the top job when Patel goes. But let's have a look. Shady. Okay. What's going to happen with Shady Vance? Is he going to go over and do the negotiations, or is he going to plead that he can't? Oh, it's too dangerous. What's going to happen? He's been trying to keep a low profile. Shady Vance. Is he being set up to fail, whether he does or doesn't? Shady Vance. Is Shady going to go, or is he not? Let's have a look. Come on, just very quickly. And we'll wrap this one up. Oh, this card fell out right at the beginning of the shuffling, the Temperance. The pouring from cup to cup, you've got fire and water do not mix, but pouring from cup to cup to try and create something else, spinning it. 6 of Cups, Steel, the Lies, and the 6 of Swords, with the 7 of Swords, 6 of Swords, and Temperance. Well, he's going to try and spin it. There's a naivety here. Feels like he's been betrayed, and he may be forced to go with that 6 of Swords. Let's see where this goes. Betrayed with the 3 of Swords. There's that 10 of Wands again. There's that 4 of Wands again. For those that know me know that I poker shuffle these cards back into the deck multiple times. And then shuffle, but the fact that they've come out again in this particular row, I think he's going to be ordered over there, but it is a betrayal, because this is an unwinnable for him. King of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups. So the order's going to come from, because the orange idiot, the orange twerp, he didn't want Shady in the first place. Shady was forced on him by the tech bros, mainly Teal. I always got at the time that the Orange Idiot wanted Eric's missus, what's her name, who then went on to become the head of the Republican RNC or something, Lara. I always get he wanted Lara to keep it in the family, and she was thin and blonde, and his idea of someone on his arm type thing, but it was very much about keeping it in the family. I always got he wanted Lara. I think Shady's going to be pretty much told that he has to go. And then the judgment card. Big judgment moment. The judgment card, a collective awakening, call to arms, and inevitability. Seeing what's on the bottom here. I think he's going to be told he has to. I don't think he's going to be given a choice. So, is this to get rid of Shady as the VP? Has this been done to get rid of Shady as the VP? I'm just going to stay with no kings. Trust your instincts, have fun, enjoy the day. I gather it's going to be the weather's going to be challenging in some areas, but even if you can get out briefly, or even if you don't feel like going, like you don't feel that you can go out, you can make signs, you can look after children or whatever, people that do want to go, or cook a meal for your neighbour so that they don't have to come home after a full day of singing and dancing to cook a meal. Just whatever you can do. And trust your instinct as well. Preferably wear grey, and very possibly a mask as well, because the flu, Super K flu, is horrific. I believe there's 60 people in Australia have already passed, and there have been thousands hospitalised. Okay, but is this an attempt to get rid of Shady? Yeah, betrayed. Challenged by the Queen of Pentacles. It is my national security card. Challenged by claims of national security. Two of Pentacles. Trying to juggle this overseas it's not even a quagmire, storm, massive storm at sea. I don't think he's going to be given a choice here with the Nine of Wands in the past. I think he's going to be ordered to do it. And there's Miller at the top, the Emperor, and it is part of the factional fighting. The factional fighting, the inability to harvest, get a result. There's that Seven of Cups again, Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. There is no good choice here. Eight of Wands and the hopes and fears, a lot of news coming out. And then you got the Queen of Wands, the Two of Wands, and the Devil. The Devil energy. And the keep it in the family. He's actually not given up. I know this is Miller, but the Orange Twerp very possibly has not given up on keeping it all in the dynasty or dynasty, however you like to put it. Yeah, the betrayal here. And then you've got the independent female stepping forward. Be careful what you wish for. Volatile information coming forward. And then the Ten of Swords. Complete and utter downfall. I think it's all part of this factional infighting. And you've got Miller on one side. He doesn't want the job. He wants to operate from the shadows, but he wants somebody in the top job, possibly Narco Rubio, who he can control. But the Orange Twerp hasn't given up on keeping it in the family. Which is what he wanted in the start. But yeah, Shady, I think he's going to be ordered to go. And this is an attempt. Oh, there's that card again, the Ten of Wands. It's an attempt to get rid of it out of the system, because whether he goes or not, he's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. Okay. There. Okay. Catch you shortly.